If only it was that easy. Laura Tingle, when the Prime Minister spoke, he spoke very eloquently about what he hoped would come out of this. But of course, we won't know till tomorrow. In fact, we won't know really effectively till the end of the year exactly what comes out.
Well, we won't know in terms of government policy till the end of the year, but I think what's happened, there's been a lot of churning today while people get themselves organised. Just in this last hour or so, you're starting to see something much more solid coming out. So I think that you will see some fairly serious and quite detailed proposals come out by the end of tomorrow, which may or may not involve governments having to make decisions, but we're starting to see some progress.
To which the interest groups that are attracted to them will attach themselves very clearly to it, and then you have a momentum all of its own attached to interest groups. Isn't this what we're trying to get away from?
Well, this is the problem. As they say, the rent seekers are out there in full-blown proportions around the groups. There's barely a group that hasn't got somebody suggesting a tax concession for something, and this is going to be the really tricky bit about disentangling policy changes which are of benefit to the community from all of the from the ambit claims. And I presume that what they're hoping is that the various claims for special treatment will start to knock each other out within the subgroups before it comes back to the end of the day.
Chris Uhlmann, I mean, I guess the part of this whole exercise though is the free, the no cost or the low cost options that the Prime Minister's asked for, and he expects to get 10 of them tomorrow. Those presumably are easier to enact simply because they're not going to drain the coffers.
Certainly, yeah, but you do wonder about is anything really no cost? I know that Tim Fischer was talking about the fact that still in Australia you've got to change apparently axle alignments on B doubles as you go across borders. It strikes you as amazing that that's the case. That should of course be a no-cost change, but of course there'll be bureaucracy involved in it. There will be some cost, but there are simple things that can be done, and if that's one of them, then that would be a great thing, no doubt.
And we haven't heard, of course, all of them yet. We've just heard the loose parameters so far. And as we left some of those committees earlier, there was still voting going on. But it is a very difficult task because we've now heard, well, probably 7 or 8 good ideas in each committee. They've got to get them down to 3. How do they do that, Laura?
Good question. But the groups seem to have started working very cooperatively together and are just very rationally starting to prune back and saying, well, you know, what are these 7 ideas really about? Well, they're about this, and that's the thing that we think is going to be most important.